Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we're going to be talking about the actual Israeli and Iran war and how the U.S. is potentially prompting to wanting to join the war. And this has me grave concerns and how much I hate the Israeli government and how they're trying to force us to go into this war, specifically Netanyahu, because of something that they did. Now, obviously, we can go out and say whether Trump knew about this or whether he didn't know about this or what have you. Be as it may, we should not enter this war. We voted Trump in to not join the war, me included, and I'm not going to be very happy if he does. So we're going to see on how this plays out. Here's the actual information that I have at hand. This might be a long video, but prepare. Says next order says Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says he is not interested in peace talks with Iran per ABC. He's also refusing to rule out assassinating Supreme Leader Khamenei. This comes after news the Iranian regime is asking to come back to the negotiating table. So this is what's going on here. So that is good. So if they're going to go to the negotiating table, let's do it, Trump. Let's do that. We have this here as well, where we have from Crystal Ball says, true to his word, Comic Dave Smith apologizes for his Trump support. It even calls for Trump's impeachment and removal. After Trump helps launch Iran war, full segment will post shortly. So this is what he has to say about this. I'm not gonna show you the full video because there's just so much to go through. So I'm not gonna do that right now. Again, we have Dave Smith. According to Netanyahu and other sources, Trump had full prior knowledge of Israel's attack and gave it his blessing while pretending to be negotiating with the Iranians as a cover. Goes on to say, if this is true, then the U.S. is already at war with Iran as we have facilitated an aggressive sneak attack by our proxy with our weapons. Tucker Carlson, who I trust a hell of a lot more than Netanyahu, told Steve Bannon that he knows for a fact that this isn't true. He claims that Witkoff and Trump were negotiating in good faith and wanted to avoid this war and reach an agreement. If this is true, Trump is the most incompetent bitch of a leader imaginable. He's allowing one side of a war who clearly wants to drag us in to lie about our involvement while not correcting the record. Either way, Trump has betrayed MAGA and every principle of America. First, he's no longer worthy of any support. He probably never was. This is incredibly stupid because, again, Trump has gone. You're going to see out shortly that Trump has denied, or the U.S. has denied, to wanting to join this war in the first place. So we'll see this here. He's a comedian. This guy's a moron. We don't have to really listen to what this guy has to say because he's a fucking moron. But again, we have this here. U.S. deploys aircraft carrier USS Nimitz over Iran-Israel conflict. So we're gonna go do this here for record because we see what's more going on. Because if this is the same thing, it says USS Nimitz carrier strike group sailing toward Middle East ahead of schedule, U.S. official says.
And we start with this Fox News alert. Israel says it has eliminated 4 senior Iranian intelligence officials, including the IRGC's head of intelligence.
So this comes as Iranian missile strikes kill at least 8 and injure hundreds more as a rocket fire rained down on central and northern Israel overnight.
So Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the latest. Hey, Trey.
Hey, guys, good morning. I do want to start with some breaking news. According to the Israeli military, Israeli fighter jets are currently striking a series of new targets inside Iran. This follows ballistic missile fire launched by the regime overnight at both central and northern Israel. 8 people were killed in those strikes, 5 impact areas, and significant damage caused to residential blocks. We were at one scene in the heart of Tel Aviv, speaking with a survivor from the attack. Take a listen.
So that's what we have here, right? And there's a lot more to go over. So we have this here where Pakistan tells Iran they will nuke Israel if Netanyahu uses nuclear weapons against Tehran. Regime officer claims in the huge World War III apocalypse threat, this is a huge issue. This is a problem, but this is something that Israel has started. This is something that Israel is most likely to be at fault with. I have no desire to be in Israel's stupid war. I'll be 100% buck honest with you guys here on this channel. If Israel ceases to be a country because they started a war that they just could not win and they got obliterated, so be it. I am not under this thing to where we have to join every damn war imaginable just because, these countries want to go to war. And again, we have it to where we have it to where like if our people get attacked, then so be it. We have to go to war. But right now, it's just Israel and Iran. If they want to get nuked into oblivion, that's Israel's choice, not us. Pakistan has threatened to drop a nuclear warhead on Israel if Benjamin Netanyahu uses nuclear weapons against Iran, according to a top Iranian officer. General Mohiz Rezai, a senior officer in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and a member of Iran's National Security Council, said in an interview, Pakistan has assured us that if Israel uses a nuclear bomb on Iran, they will attack Israel with a nuclear bomb. That's a wild statement. That is crazy. Because the problem is if Pakistan attacks Israel with a nuclear bomb, any of our U.S. embassies will also probably be hit as well. So we have that we have to be concerned of, because that could also escalate the war. We have this here from Donald Trump, and this was yesterday. He says Iran and Israel should make a deal, and will make a deal just like I got India and Pakistan to make. In that case, by using trade with the United States to bring reason, cohesion, and sanity into the talks with two excellent leaders who were able to quickly make a decision and stop. Also, during my first term, Serbia and Kosovo were going at it hot and heavy as they have for many decades, and this long-time conflict was ready to break out into war. I stopped it, but it was hurt the longer-term prospects with some very stupid decisions, but I will fix it again. Another case is Egypt and Ethiopia and their fight over a massive dam that is having an effect on the magnificent Nile River. There is peace, at least for now, because of my intervention, and it will stay that way. Likewise, we will have peace soon between Israel and Iran. Many calls and meetings now taking place. I do a lot and never get credit for anything, but that's okay. The people understand. Make the Middle East great again. So that's what they're saying here. Now, I know there are few people here out in similar ideologies are not showing what Trump is saying here in particular, right? And I'm showing you here, this is what he's saying. It does not sound like Trump is really wanting to do the war in the first place. He is under immense pressure. I understand that, but I think he might be able to resist. I'm hoping that he does resist. It says here, a battered Iran signals it wants to de-escalate hostilities with Israel and negotiate. As we've seen prior to here, that these people want to negotiate. So if they want to bring negotiations up, to bring up the negotiations. If Israel doesn't want to bring up the negotiations, that's their problem, and they have to deal with that. But we'll have to slam Israel with some of these things if they just don't want to bring up negotiations, because this is stupid. I'm not a fan of Israel. I never have been a fan of Israel, and they're trying to bring our country and our people into war and all that stuff. That's insanity. We have this here. U.S. appears to be deploying large number of aerial refueling tankers across the Atlantic. The U.S. Air Force appears to be in the midst of an unprecedented mass deployment of aerial refueling tankers across the Atlantic Ocean from bases in the U.S. amid the ongoing Israel-Iran war. The number of KC-135 and KC-46 tankers continue to rise, with at least 30 moved east in the late hours of Sunday, according to flight tracking data. Such tankers are required to refuel aircraft participating in strikes far away from their home country, such as the Israeli just hitting Iran. So I'll show you guys this on how this is. I think I already have it set up here. I already have it set up. So this is kind of what it looks like here with the tankers going from multiple other areas. I'm hoping that it's not the case, because the problem that I have with this is we don't need to be aiding and abetting Israel. They can fight their own war. If they want to go and blow themselves up or whatever, or be stupid, that's on them. We don't need to be funding their war or sending them stuff. It's just dumb. Because our enemies are also going to think the same way when we're aiding and abetting or giving them ammunition, right? It's just insane. Now we have this here says Armada of USF tankers just deployed east over Atlantic, spurring speculation updated. So yeah, we have this here, and this is what's ongoing. We have this here. Lawmakers urge defense if Iran attacks U.S. targets, which goes back down to here. If we deploy the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz to Iran or even Israel, then and they attack it, well, that will give the U.S. a green light to pretty much go, okay, well, we got attacked, now we have to defend ourselves, right? Which is insane. I hope this is not a proxy or an idea to get the people going. I hope Trump can absolutely refuse doing this, because it needs to happen. It says, and we also have this here as well, that we have Netanyahu urges U.S. to join Israeli regime's war against Iran. And it's not going well because this is from an hour ago, and this was saying Netanyahu pissed off that America is not joining his war. Today it's Tel Aviv. Tomorrow it's New York. Look, I understand America at first, but I don't understand America unalived, he says.
It's Tel Aviv. Tomorrow it's New York. I understand America first. I don't understand America dead. That's what these people want. They chant death to America. So we're doing something that is in the service of mankind, of humanity, and it's a battle of good against evil. America should and does stand with the good. That's what President Trump is doing, and I deeply appreciate his support.
John Carl joins me now. So, John, what else did he say about
Yeah, so again, Netanyahu's not very happy about this, right? It doesn't seem like he's very happy about it. And he also says, from White Ghost, the U.S. rejects Benjamin Netanyahu's request to join the war. We voted for no wars, fight your own wars, Israel. And of course, we have this from White Ghost, also saying that report Israel asks U.S. to join military campaign against Iran, but U.S. rejects request. So, again, this is not going to make the American people very happy with Israel or the Jews in general because they're trying to implicate our war. I know I understand that, like, if you're religious, it says if you just let Israel get taken out, it's going to be a doomsday for a war or whatever or what have you. I don't care. That has nothing to do with us. I am not this religious person to where like I think one group of people is a higher tier of people than others, and then we should race to the defense and sacrifice our army, our people for another country that is inciting war. That is completely insanity to me. That is completely stupid. And Israel, if you want to fight your war, you can do it yourself. You have the capabilities. You did immense damage to Iran already without our help. You don't need our help. Fight your own wars. You've done other things as well with the Hamas with their pagers. So you obviously don't need us. Go deal with your own war. If you claim that you have air superiority, then you have air superiority, and now deal with it, right? You do not need us. Go fund and go deal with your own wars. And I am hoping to God Trump does not enter us in a war. I do not need to be in a war. We do not need to go fight the desert people. We do not need to go out into the sand and risk more lives. We do not need to be in a 20-year war because Israel and their freaking stupidity is wanting to go to war. No, you can fight your own wars. I keep repeating this, but that's what I believe. You can fight your own wars. Deal with it yourself. And Netanyahu, if you have a problem with it, we could just break your alliance. That's just straight and simple. Stop catering to these Jews. Stop catering to these to the country of Israel, and make America first only. Don't do with the blackmail and all these other people. That's what I have to say with it. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. And as always, take care, my friends.